Jimmy Carter is widely regarded as one of the most influential American politicians of the 20th century. Born in Plains, Georgia, in 1924, Carter grew up to become a Navy officer and a successful businessman before entering politics as a state senator and later governor of Georgia. In 1976, he was elected as the 39th President of the United States, serving a single term that was defined by his distinctive brand of progressive policies and humanitarian ideals. After leaving office, Carter continued to make an impact on the world stage through his philanthropic work and activism, earning accolades for his advocacy of human rights, global health, and conflict resolution. This article will explore the life, career, and legacy of Jimmy Carter, offering a comprehensive overview of his contributions to American politics and society. Jimmy Carter. James Earl Carter, Jr., commonly known as Jimmy Carter, served as the 39th President of the United States from 1977 to 1981. Born on October 1, 1924, in Plains, Georgia, Carter's presidency was marked by global crisis, including the Iranian hostage crisis and the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. Despite those challenges, Carter was praised for his accomplishments in human rights and peaceful diplomacy, and his post-presidency work continues in those fields to this day. Early life and military service. Carter grew up in a small, rural community in Georgia, where his family owned a peanut farm. After graduating from high school, he attended Georgia Southwestern College and then transferred to the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. He graduated from the academy in 1946 and served in the Navy until 1953, including a stint in the submarine program. Rise to political prominence. Carter's political career began in the 1960s, when he served in the Georgia Senate and later as the state's governor from 1971 to 1975. In 1976, he entered the Democratic Party's presidential primaries and eventually secured the nomination. He ran on an anti-establishment platform and won the general election, defeating incumbent Gerald Ford. Presidency and domestic policies. As president, Carter implemented several domestic policies aimed at improving the economy, creating jobs, and addressing social issues. He faced challenges, including high inflation and an energy crisis, and his economic policies were often critiqued. However, he is credited with promoting civil rights and pushing for legislation on issues such as education and healthcare. Foreign policy and diplomacy. Carter's foreign policy was marked by several significant events, including the Iranian hostage crisis and the Camp David Accords, which led to the first peace agreement between Israel and Egypt. He also oversaw the signing of the Panama Canal Treaty and pursued a policy of détente with the Soviet Union. Despite criticism of his handling of certain global issues, Carter was widely respected for his commitment to peace and human rights. Post-presidency activism and philanthropy. After leaving office, Carter founded the Carter Center, a nonprofit organization dedicated to advancing human rights and democracy worldwide. He also continued his work in healthcare and conflict resolution, and has been an active election monitor in several countries. In 2002, he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his humanitarian efforts. Personal life and legacy. Carter is married to Rosalind Carter, and together they have 4 children. He has authored more than 30 books on a variety of topics, and remains an influential figure in politics and philanthropy. Despite facing criticism during his presidency, Carter's legacy is largely defined by his pursuit of peace, diplomacy, and humanitarianism. In conclusion, Jimmy Carter's life and career spanned many decades and left a lasting impact on the American political landscape. From his humble beginnings in Georgia to his work as a global humanitarian, Carter has inspired generations of leaders and citizens to pursue justice, equality, and compassion. Whether as a naval officer, a governor, a president, or a humanitarian, he remained committed to his principles and his vision of a better world. As we look back on his legacy, we can see a man who embodied the best of American ideals and who worked tirelessly to make those ideals a reality. FAQ. What were some of Jimmy Carter's major accomplishments during his presidency? During his presidency, Jimmy Carter achieved several significant accomplishments, including the establishment of the Department of Energy, the signing of the Camp David Accords between Israel and Egypt, and the negotiation of the Panama Canal Treaty. He also advocated for civil rights and social justice, championed environmental protection, and pursued diplomatic relations with China and the Soviet Union. What is the Carter Center, and what does it do? The Carter Center is a nonprofit organization founded by Jimmy and Rosalind Carter in 1982. Its mission is to advance peace, health, and human rights around the world through research, advocacy, and direct action. The center has worked on a wide range of issues, including disease eradication, election monitoring, conflict resolution, and access to information. It is widely regarded as one of the most effective and influential humanitarian organizations in the world. What is Jimmy Carter's legacy, and how has it influenced American politics? Jimmy Carter's legacy is one of progressive politics, human rights advocacy, and global humanitarianism. He inspired millions of Americans to get involved in public service and to pursue social justice and equality. His commitment to diplomacy, peace, and conflict resolution helped to transform the way that the United States approached foreign policy. His work with the Carter Center and other organizations has had a profound impact on global health, human rights, and environmental protection. He is widely regarded as one of the most influential and respected American statesmen of the modern era.